In 2024, fashion continues to operate as a powerful social and cultural force, often serving as a canvas for self-expression, identity, and innovation. However, embedded within its vibrant tapestry is the ever-present accusation of pretentiousness. Critics often deride certain fashion movements or individual styles as ostentatious, inaccessible, or devoid of practical value. Yet, in this video, I'm trying to show that pretentiousness in fashion is not only defensible, but also essential in pushing creative boundaries, challenging societal norms, and inspiring individual and collective growth. In this video, I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm just trying to show you a different side that I think more people should just keep an open mind to. You may not agree with everything I say, and you probably won't, and that's completely fine. I just want you to think about it. Firstly, I just want to say, you don't know what pretentious means. The term pretentious is often thrown around as a casual insult, but in actual meaning, it is far more nuanced. To be pretentious is to aspire to something beyond the ordinary, to project a sense of ambition, creativity, or intellectual depth. This is not inherently negative. I'm going to quote this book a lot. 2016, Dan Fox's Pretentiousness, Why It Matters, argues that pretension is a natural part of cultural and personal growth. It reflects a willingness to explore uncharted territory, take risks, and grapple with a complex idea. Rather than dismissing something as pretentious, one might ask, what is it that it's trying to achieve? And what dialogue is it attempting to create? In the realm of fashion, being labeled as pretentious often signifies a commitment to aesthetic intentionally. It is the deliberate choice to use clothing as a medium for storytelling, critique, or self-expression. The accusation of pretentiousness frequently says more about the accuser's discomfort with ambition or difference than it does about the person or style being criticized. Understanding the true meaning of pretentiousness allows us to appreciate its role in fostering innovation and challenging societal norms. Pretentiousness in fashion is not merely a pejorative term, but a complex cultural significa. A sophisticated language of aesthetic intentionally that demands deeper understanding. Drawing again from Dan Fox, we can deconstruct the intricate layers of expression that challenge conventional notions of style and societal perception. Fox argues that pretension is actually a form of cultural aspiration, a bridge between current identity and the desired perception. In today's climate, this deliberate aesthetic manifests through choices that challenge mainstream fashion norms. For instance, individuals often adopt avant-garde or unconventional designs to reject the predictability of mass-market trends. By doing so, they turn their clothing into a form of critical commentary, using their ensembles to question societal expectations and consumerist culture. Personal style under this lens transforms into intellectual and creative performances. Each garment becomes a part of a story, one that invites its audience to engage with questions of identity, status, and artistry. Philosopher Susan Sontag's seminal essay Against Interpretation, written in 1966, offers a value perspective here, suggesting that art, by extension, fashion, should be appreciated for its sensory and experimental dimensions rather than reduced to function or utilitarian metrics. Applying this framework, we can view pretentious fashion not as elitist, but as a rich space for exploration and dialogue. Pretentiousness in fashion has historical roots in interplay between class, taste, and cultural capital. Pierre Bourdieu's distinction, a societal critique of the judgment of taste, 1979, highlights how aesthetic preferences are tied to social hierarchies. High fashion's association with pretentiousness often stems from its alignment with exclusivity and cultural elitism. Yet, Bourdieu also emphasizes that cultural artifacts, including fashion, are dynamic rather than fixed, serving as spaces of negotiation and transformation rather than tools of oppression. The dandy movement of the 19th century serves as a poignant example Figures like Oscar Wilde use their flamboyant styles and sharp wit to reject Victorian austerity, employing pretentiousness as a means to critique societal norms. Similarly, the 2024 resurgence of maximalist aesthetics, evident in designers like Harris Reed and the Copenhagen-based brand Garni, reflects a refusal to conform to minimalist expectation. These movements can illustrate how sartorial pretentiousness can operate as a deliberate challenge to societal rigidity, creating a space for creativity and individuality. Contrary to popular belief, pretentiousness in fashion is no longer confined to elite circles. Social media and global digital platforms have democratized avant-garde expressions, enabling individuals from diverse backgrounds to experiment with complex aesthetic statements. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube have burst niche fashion communities, where creators share and celebrate styles that defy mainstream convention. This accessibility allows anyone with an internet connection to engage in high-concept fashion, breaking down barriers once defined by wealth and status. The rise of meta fashion further underscores this democratization. Meta fashion refers to the clothing and style that self-consciously comments on the fashion industry itself. This approach often incorporates irony, satire, or conceptual layering, enabling participants to critique and celebrate fashion simultaneously. The visibility of unconventional styling, from thrifted haute couture to gender-defining silhouettes, has increased significantly, challenging traditional definitions of taste and beauty. Moreover, pretentiousness is no longer limited to high-end fashion. Streetwear and DIY movements have integrated avant-garde ideas into everyday wardrobes, making complex aesthetics more approachable. The late Virgil Abloh's tenure at Louis Vuitton exemplifies this synthesis, blending subcultural aesthetics with high fashion to create designs that are both conceptually rich and widely influential. Pretentiousness in fashion serves as both a critique and celebration of aesthetic boundaries. Designers such as Rei Kawakubo of Comme des Garçons and Denmo of Balenciaga often face accusations of pretentiousness due to their boundary-pushing collection. For example, Kawakubo's 1997 collection, Body Meets Dress, Dress Meets Body, used exaggerated padding and unconventional silhouettes to challenge idealized representations of the female form. Such explorations demand intellectual engagement, enriching cultural conversations about the meanings and possibilities of clothing. As theorist Ronald Barthen discusses in The Fashion System, clothing operates as a semiotic system, imbued with symbols and meaning. High-concept fashion provides new lexicons for identity construction and storytelling. By wearing an impractical or avant-garde piece, individuals participate in dialogues about self-expression and intellectual depth rather than mere functionality. Fashion pretentiousness serves profound psychological functions that transcend vanity. It acts as a sophisticated mechanism for personal transformation, allowing individuals to experiment with and redefine their identities. Through these sartorial choices, people signal their values, aspirations, and cultural afflictions, engaging in a form of societal dialogue that challenged these established norms. This intellectual rebellion against normative dress codes fosters creativity and self-awareness. Psychologist Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's concept of flow suggests that challenging oneself with complex and unfamiliar experiences leads to growth and fulfillment. Similarly, engaging with avant-garde or unconventional fashion pushes individuals out of their comfort zone, encouraging them to explore boundaries and expand their sense of self. The pretentious approach to fashion creates a vibrant cultural and economic ecosystems. Independent designers often thrive on the support of communities that value creativity and innovation over mass production. By fostering such ecosystems, pretentious fashion encourages creative risk-taking and generates alternative models of production and consumption. In 2024, the advent of virtual fashion expands these possibilities further. Digital couture in the metaverse allows users to experiment with high-concept designs without physical or economic constraints of traditional fashion. Similarly, the rise of rental services and second-hand marketplace has democratized access to once elitist design. enabling a broader audience to participate in the pretentious fashion dialogue. Additionally, the potential for performative inauthenticity, where individuals adopt pretentious styles solely for the social approval rather than genuine expression, can undermine the integrity of this aesthetic. Navigating the fine line between creativity and self-indulgence is just another challenge. While pretentious fashion invites intellectual engagement, it must avoid alienating audiences through excessive abstraction or insularity. By balancing innovation with accessibility, pretentiousness can remain dynamic and an inclusive force in fashion. Ultimately, fashion pretentiousness is not a negative attribute, but a dynamic form of communication. It represents an ongoing dialogue between individual expression and collective cultural narratives. By embracing complexity, rejecting simplistic judgments, and recognizing clothing as a profound medium of personal and societal communication, we transform pretentiousness from a potential criticism into a tool of self-definition. In a world demanding conformity, the pretentious dresser becomes a provocateur of possibilities. Each garment a manifesto, each ensemble an argument. Thank you for listening. Fuck these bugs. God. Oh my fucking God.